Alright, guys, and welcome to another episode of Building a Medieval Fantasy World. Here, continuing our side project in the monastery, right? This is actually already part 5. For this episode, I don't really have something to show you guys at the monastery itself, but rather, as the title suggests, I want to focus on the outskirts of the monastery. Because obviously, as you guys know, we are not only like building um, production buildings or, production buildings which are producing goods for the monastery, like wood or clay or stone or whatever, right? We already built the clay pit, stone quarry, and so forth. I also want to kind of connect, obviously, or yeah, connect the specific or different areas to a specific economic cycle, so that we have the goods delivering the monastery, but also we have, for example, a place to sleep for people who want to visit the monastery, or who are kind of like on their route to somewhere else. And therefore, in this episode I want to show you guys a specific inn. I haven't really got a name yet, but an inn and some decorations next to that inn. And yeah, I think we're gonna hop right into it. You guys might already know where I've built this. I think I already teased in the last episode. And yeah, I'm gonna show you guys right now where we are. But I reckon you already know it, because yeah, as you can see, we are here um, next to our city, right? And it might be a little bit of the FPS. I also use another texture pack or resource pack now, which is a new one. Which I really, after a long time, I finally found like a texture pack which is so cool for me personally and enhances the game a lot. So as you can see, this is the bridge, and behind me there is what I'm gonna show you guys. So here we have the obviously the field and the windmill. You guys already have seen this in the last episode. But yeah, in this episode, you can see, as the thumbnail suggests, a new area here next to the river. And first of all, this is just a small custom-made forest. I'm not the biggest expert in building custom trees, but I at least tried, I think. Where, we have a small pond here. I'm not really sure yet how I will detail it a bit more. I think I will, because as you can see, it's super low, the whole lake. And, I might close this here a bit, close this up a bit, because it's just way too deep. But yeah, this will be another project. And you can just sit here next to the a pond eventually, fishing or whatever you want to do here. And yeah, we have around here. Before going inside, I'm gonna show you guys the outside. Yeah, here will be the name of the inn eventually, and then you have outside here the possibility to sit down and eventually, cook something here, with some dishes laying around. Then you have a small like spot here you can either fish or just relax, because obviously all of this will be eventually built or completely built in, let's call it that way. And then you can walk along the house here with some small there's a small, oh, it started to rain, working space here. And then eventually here you have a small firewood hut, right, which is needed for cooking inside, or keeping the house warm, right? And then once again here I just detailed the area a bit with some berry bushes, some flowers I picked up, and just some bone meal. I also do what I will do in the future, guys, because this, I'm not really entirely happy here with the whole transition of the fields. I will probably build like a small fence or a wall or something, a mural or something around here, all along the trails. And eventually also, build up lamps and stuff, so that no monsters can spawn on the way. Yeah, and then you can, yeah, I think, this is still work in progress, as you can see. I think we're gonna go and have a look inside, right? Shall we? So down here you can have, some meals you could order, right? With eventually here possible places to sit down and relax. But it's not also, you know, like a restaurant or like a bar or something. It's more than that. It's like an inn where you can actually sleep. And therefore, I built in a first floor up here with, first of all, some places to read with really cool looking pictures in my mind. And then we have 3 rooms in here. I hear a trader or something somewhere. Yeah, one just with one bed here. Here another one. I always use the red ones. They're not really big, but you know, I try to use the space as good as possible. Then you have here a bit of a bigger room, right, with like 3 beds. And then, yeah, this is kind of like the first floor. You can also wash yourself if you want to. And then eventually up here we have another place you can, you know, just sit down and read. And first of all, we have in here the place for the owner, right? Here the owner sleeps with his wife, right? Yeah. Just some decoration, and then we have another room here for 2 people, right? Who can sleep here eventually as well. And yeah, I think that's what I have built here. But once again, this is like... Hold up, guys. Let's just have a short second to this guy. What is he offering? The third is actually pretty nice, though, but we can probably get that in the Tundra or something, so... Even though I haven't found the Tundra yet, you guys won't believe it, but I played this game for like 1.5 years, and I haven't really found anything like a big Tundra or something, if I remember. Because all of the spruce trees I used from like, you know, these mountain biomes. But yeah, anyways, this inn, like I said, is like over here near the bridge, because it is not only close to the monastery, but it's also like an inn, which is like a possible place to sleep outside of the city. And it's like an inn which is en route, or on the way to the castle up there eventually, or in the further distance to another specific place, right? Which I have not yet any idea of. But you know, it's like a, what I want to say is like it's an inn at the crossroads. So like you can connect this specific inn with various locations. So for example, the monastery, eventually the castle, eventually the city, eventually outskirts here in general, eventually even the sea in this direction. And yeah, so this was kind of like the plan with it. And in the role-play mechanic, it's obviously built so that, you know, that people who want to visit those places here, whatever it is, can actually stay, not only maybe if they still have inside enough place in the monastery or in the city, but if they have not found any place, they can stay here, or you know, as the nature and the very beautiful landscape here suggests, just yeah, enjoy the outskirts here, right, of the city or the monastery, and stay here in midst of wheat fields, trees, forests, and whatever else, right? So yeah, but this is, once again, it's just work in progress. As you can see, I've just built upon here, because I'm not entirely sure yet how we will continue here onwards. I feel like we're gonna build a small forest here, just not a big one. And then when I already told you guys, I will eventually build another windmill here somewhere, with just connecting that with more fieldworks. And I'm thinking I'm probably only focusing on like wheat, and then the same we will do on the other side, right? So, you know, if we go on here, I'm not entirely sure how far we will go, but I feel like definitely up until that tree, I want to build just plain fields. Because I think it really looks cool if it's like getting bigger and you actually have sort of like a pretty big or feeling of these wheat fields, or you know, like endless, and they are delivering so much wheat or grain and flour for bread that they can actually like not only deliver the city but the monastery, the outskirts here, and even eventually a fisherman village, right? But yeah, next up, I don't really know yet what I will focus on. It depends a bit on my mood. I reckon I will go back to the monastery for a bit, and yeah, I could imagine we will focus on the monastery in the next episode. Before we then go again back into some outskirts project, because I want to kind of like show you guys some diversity in the content. I'm also not sure if eventually, if I'm just, I don't think I will finish the monastery here in this year, because it's just a rather big project and I just don't have that much time to record. That we will continue this project into 2026, and eventually I will just start a new project when we see we have a decent amount of progress made. Like, for example, once again, you guys already know it, the castle up there will be probably a super big project, which, yeah, will definitely take, again, a lot of time, and all of this kind of like transition. Then eventually I wanted to build a sort of back end, or like a hobbit hole theme from Lord of the Rings. I also want to do like a fisherman village, right? And then eventually, if we go further into the distance, because this is still something on my to-do list, a lumberjack, smaller villages, then ruins. I have so many plans, guys. So yeah, but this is kind of like in the broader picture. But before we go in there, I think we'll see us in the next episode, focusing a bit on the monastery. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.